And we're back to talking about military special operations selection and training and how to make sure you succeed. Let's talk beyond the gym. Training like selection is coming for you. If your training is comfortable, you're not training for selection. You think crushing weights in the gym will save you? You think being able to run a fast mile means you're ready? Try carrying a 100-pound pack for 12 hours, moving all night with no food, soaking wet, freezing, pushing when your body's wrecked, your mind is screaming and there's no end in sight. That's what selection courses are like. If you're not training for that, you're just pretending to prepare, so let's fix it. Forget the gym mentality. We want to build selection strength. Most guys, they train for selection like they're training for a bodybuilding show. They chase numbers, pump out reps, and they think a big bench press means something, which it does not. Selection doesn't care how much you bench. It cares if you can carry heavy weight for miles. It cares if you can stay on your feet for days. It cares if you can move with purpose when you have nothing left. So here's what actually builds selection strength. Things like rucking, not just for an hour, but maybe for a whole day. Long miles, rough terrain, grip and core endurance, hanging, farmer's carries, heavy sled drags. If your grip fails, you fail. Work capacity. Things like circuit training under fatigue, high rep, body weight movements, conditioning when you're already smoked. Selection isn't a sprint or weightlifting competition. It's an endurance war, and so you have to train for that. Your mind and your body. It's not just physically hard. For some, it can be miserable. You'll be wet, cold, filthy, you'll be starving, sleep deprived, you'll be pushed beyond anything you thought possible. If you don't train in conditions that can somewhat mimic these, at least in the sense of being depleted, being miserable, and it will destroy you. So start now. Things like training in the rain, ruck, run, doing burpees in the mud. Learn to love this type of discomfort. Training on empty, no pre-workout, no meals, no music to fuel you. Learn to push when you're depleted. Every controlled dose of suffering now makes real suffering later feel normal, and that's the goal. So we're building a selection muscle, which is grit, not glamour. It doesn't reward the strongest or the fastest. Right? Selection is rewarding the toughest. It's the guy who doesn't break when everything sucks, the guy who finds another gear when his body is shutting down, the guy who doesn't think, he just moves. That's the kind of toughness that doesn't come from lifting weights in a clean gym, even though it's nice. It comes from training like selection is already here. So when your body says stop, you keep moving. When you feel sorry for yourself, you smile and push harder. When it's miserable, you say good and embrace it. Train your mind and body to thrive in misery, and nothing will break you. Because if you've made the decision, when selection's coming for you, your training is comfortable, you're not ready. If it's too predictable, not ready. You're training just about numbers and that's it, not ready. Guys who make it don't just train hard, they train for the chaos and suffering and the unknown. So are you training like that, or are you just pretending? If you want to learn exactly how to make this happen faster, if you want to be ahead of the pack, if you want somebody who's been there and done that to guide you, go to Instagram, follow @TheRangerBlueprint, and send me a DM, and we'll get you going. Go train.